So right now I'm in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're just outside the main city area, and I'm on the compounds or campus of the District Assemblies of God here. We've been meeting with leaders all day and attended a church service this morning, and just some great conversations on how we can partner with the Assemblies of God in the future here on the island to begin to reach the exploited and vulnerable.
So there are some trafficking organizations, at least a few, but for most people that we talk to, there's definitely a need to see more work done on a local basis, connecting with people that are facing these realities and vulnerabilities and being attacked.
After talking with pastors today and just kind of asking how we can serve, how we can be a part of what they're doing and come alongside them. It's typical in the mainland as well as it is here in Puerto Rico that one of the biggest myths people believe is trafficking victims are always on the street, being prostituted on the street, or they're your typical movie, how a movie shows a trafficking victim, which is tied up or in a van or, chained in a basement somewhere. And really through conversations today, we were really talking about how victims are groomed over time, and there's familial trafficking as well as trafficking that happens in homes and in neighborhoods that doesn't look like a typical movie scene would look like. And so part of our work moving into the future is going to be that education piece of how do we recognize victims and those being exploited in the communities that we're serving as churches and pastors. And so we're going to be connecting with multiple churches and multiple ministries here on the island to begin to bring that education emphasis to Puerto Rico.
We're heading to La Perla, which is an area kind of close to Old San Juan within it that generally they don't really recommend or want tourists to go down into there. And if you do end up in there, they really recommend never recording or taking pictures, because people have actually been killed and beaten up pretty terribly for doing such.
It's kind of an insular community within Old San Juan, which Old San Juan is like the tourist capital of Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful place, and La Perla is actually a very beautiful place. Tons of bright, vibrant colors and everything. But it's also where a lot of drug trafficking and things go on. They're kind of a little alcove in Old San Juan that doesn't want tourists. And so there's been any sort of crime and violence and stuff, a lot of it can trace back to La Perla. La Perla means the pearl. And honestly, yeah, you just try to stay away, and they don't really talk about it.
What it'll look like with us working in Puerto Rico is connecting with those vulnerabilities that we see exist in these communities, and through the local church identifying some of those things that we can come alongside and try to address those vulnerabilities in a way that truly makes a difference in those that are being groomed or those vulnerabilities are being used against them.
So where can you get involved in this mission Puerto Rico with Operation for Freedom? One of those is a women's home where they interact with multiple women, from addictions to abuse, really rough lifestyles, tough situations, and there's a faction of those that are being trafficked. And so we're going to be partnering with Teen Challenge. We feel like we can come in and resource and help. So if that ends up being a construction project to help better their facilities, if it's resourcing them through education and programming to help bring awareness to trafficking and work with trauma victims, we're going to be working through the local churches here, not doing our own thing, but serving them, resourcing them, helping them do the outreach and reach into these vulnerable neighborhoods and city areas where trafficking is at an all-time high. So we'll have facilities available with showers and dorms and a comfortable place to stay for teams in the future. But right now, we need prayer partners to pray for access and open doors. We need resources to begin to build this infrastructure to have a steady emphasis and outreach program to victims of human trafficking. So we invite you to be a part of it. God's doing some incredible things, and it's an incredible opportunity to work where not a lot of work is being done. So jump on board with Mission Puerto Rico with Operation for Freedom.